Under the glow of the ballroom chandeliers, Madison's trembling hands tried to steady the champagne tray. Her uniform felt tight against her ribs as she moved between tables of elegant laughter and glimmering gowns. Everything about the room screamed wealth: polished marble, gold-rimmed glasses, and the kind of people who only smiled when cameras were around. But when she turned, she froze. Standing by the balcony was him, Jonathan Hale, the billionaire everyone was talking about. Young, handsome, and untouchable. Except right now he didn't look untouchable. He looked afraid. Their eyes met, and his mask of composure cracked for a split second. Madison's heart skipped. She knew that look. It wasn't the face of arrogance or pride. It was fear. She turned away quickly, not wanting to be caught staring, but she heard his voice, low, shaky, and desperate. "Madison," he whispered, just loud enough for her to hear. "Please, hug me in front of them." She blinked, her mind blank. "What?" "Now, just do it." Without a second thought, Madison set down her tray and stepped toward him. Every head in the room turned as she wrapped her arms around the billionaire. Gasps filled the air. Madison could feel the stiffness in his shoulders, the tremor in his breath. He wasn't faking this. His body was cold and rigid, like a man standing at the edge of something dark. "Jonathan, what's going on?" she whispered. "Just stay close," he muttered, tightening his grip. "Please, don't let go. If you believe that compassion can change a life, if you know that one act of kindness can rewrite someone's fate, then share and subscribe to Broken Chains for more stories that remind us of our shared humanity." When Madison pulled back, she saw two men near the entrance, tall, dressed in black, eyes sharp as knives. They didn't belong here. One of them tapped his earpiece and said something she couldn't hear. Jonathan's jaw tightened. "They're not from my security team," he said quietly. "They've been following me for days. I think they're from my father's company." Madison frowned. "Your father's company?" "But I thought I exposed something," he cut in. "The charity fund he runs, it's fake. Millions siphoned offshore. I couldn't stay silent. And now they want to make sure I don't talk." Her chest tightened. "You're saying your own family?" "Yes," he said, voice cracking. "They already tried to corner me once. Tonight was supposed to be safe, full of people. But they're here." Madison's heart pounded. She wasn't supposed to be in this world. She was just a waitress scraping by, invisible to people like him. And yet right now, she was the only person he trusted. "What do we do?" she whispered. "Pretend we're together," he said. "If they think you're with me, they'll back off. Just stay by my side." So she did. For the next hour, Madison became part of a strange illusion. The billionaire and the waitress, smiling, laughing, moving through the ballroom like lovers. Her coworkers stared, whispering, confused. But Jonathan looked alive again, at least on the surface. Only she could see the fear behind his smile. When the event ended, the black-suited men were gone. Jonathan finally exhaled, his shoulders sagging in relief. "You saved me tonight," he said softly. "I don't even know your last name. Madison Reed," she said. "And you don't have to thank me. Anyone would have done the same." He looked at her for a long moment. No, they wouldn't have. That night he sent a car for her. Not to impress, but to talk, safely, privately. In the back seat, his hands were still trembling. "I can't go home," he admitted. "Not yet." "They'll come again." Madison stared at him. "Then where will you go?" He hesitated. "Wherever it's quiet. I just need to breathe." Something in his voice broke her. She reached out instinctively, her hand covering his. He flinched, not from her touch, but from the weight of everything he'd lost. "Jonathan," she whispered, "you don't have to run alone." Weeks passed. Madison found herself in a small coastal town with him. The billionaire who once owned skyscrapers, now living in a rented cabin by the sea. He cooked badly, she laughed often. He walked barefoot on the sand, learning how to live without bodyguards and boardrooms. And slowly, the fear in his eyes began to fade. One morning, she woke to find him standing by the window, sunlight spilling across his face. "I'm going back," he said quietly. To testify. To tell the truth. Madison's throat tightened. They'll come after you again. I know, he said. But this time I won't hide. You showed me that not everyone runs from fear. Some face it, she smiled, though her heart ached. Then go, and when it's over, come back. He turned to her, his eyes soft. Only if you promise to be here. Months later, his story was everywhere. The billionaire who exposed corruption in his own family empire. He stood before cameras, calm and steady, while the world watched. And when reporters asked what gave him the courage to speak, he said, "A stranger once hugged me when I couldn't stand. She reminded me that I was still human." When Madison saw that clip, tears rolled down her cheeks. The world saw a hero. She saw the man who once whispered, "Hug me," in front of them, with fear in his voice, and found his strength in her arms. And though fame returned, Jonathan Hale never forgot the waitress who saved him that night. Because sometimes, the people who hold us up in our weakest moments are the ones who teach us what real power looks like. Not the power of money, but the power of compassion.